Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hi, everyone. All right. Hopefully, we got this figured out now. Um, so this is 10 questions where I, Tyre, will be asking Danny 10 questions. Um, Thank you for joining us tonight. At the end of the show, we will be accepting questions from the audience. Um, as of for that, shall we start with the first question again?
Yeah, let's start with the first question again.
All right. So the first question is, why did you decide to start a strongman YouTube channel?
uh, well, the reason I did that was, well, when I was really sick, I was in a hospital. I was in a wheelchair. I was in a wheelchair for about 7 years. I was in the hospital. Um, and I got up to 515 pounds. And the doctor came in and basically said I have about 6 months to live and I'm going to be toast. Uh, my dad, my dad kind of, he kind of saved my life there because he came in. First time I ever saw the man cry, and he said, I can't go out this way. I've got to fight to live. So I said, okay, I'll lose a bunch of weight. I'll learn to walk again and, uh, and be able to be more active. He said, and then he said, and you're going to do a strongman comp. And I said, yeah, right. I'll come dead last. I can't do a strongman, especially at this age. So it doesn't matter if you win or lose. If you can get out of a wheelchair to the comp, that's our victory. So that's how it started. And channel started is because I kind of wanted to show people, no matter how bad things are, if you believe in it and you put the effort in, great things can happen, right? So I was hoping to inspire other people, but more importantly, it was a way to make myself accountable because I had to put this stuff up here. And that's pretty much how all that happened.
So, because you kind of answered my second question that I had for you here, um, within your first answer for your YouTube channel, I'm gonna go right on to the next one. What other hobbies or aspects do you enjoy doing? And have you thought about posting other interests on your YouTube channel?
Well, I love being off grid. I used to have an off grid channel, and I can't remember which one was my first channel. That might have been my first channel. I don't know. Anyway, I had an off grid channel, and I'm going back off grid again. Uh, this spring, once all the snow's gone, I'm going to go back off grid and do some more work. I got my paranormal channel I do, but yeah, I have other hobbies. I like to scuba dive. Haven't done that in a while. Playing guitar. Haven't done that in a while. I'm starting to learn how to play guitar again. Um, yeah.
You have a commenter, Drew Paranormal Vlogs says, so proud of you, Uncle Danny. I figured you should hear that before we continue.
Buttons, big hugs.
On to our next question. Can you describe what it was like for you on your first competition in the strongman?
Yeah, it was scary. I I drove down there. Took 2.5 days to get there, and I have to go early. Like I have to go 3 or 4 days early to get used because of my PTSD and everything. Changes make me nervous. So I had to go down there and get used to the area and all that for one thing. Um, thank God I got a bestie what lives there. Thank God had her there to kind of help me get used to the area. But anyway, then when the comp right up until the comp, I was very nervous. I got to go a few days before to test out the equipment, which was good. It kind of settled my nerves. Um, but yeah, it was kind of scary. And during the comp, I mean, the guys and all the people there were so helpful and inspirational, and they were so welcoming, and they enjoyed my company for whatever reason, and I enjoyed their company. So it was a great time. But yeah, I was quite nervous at the start of it.
So, since you say that you felt nervous at the start of it, do you have any more in-depth details about, how you felt before and after participating in the competitions?
Yeah, before, I think one of the main reasons I was so nervous is because Dad saw me lose the 280 pounds. He saw me lose the 280 pounds,
Hold on, Papa. It seems that we have technical difficulties. You
okay,
have broken up.
we're
All
back.
right.
Okay,
Sorry
um,
about that. Can you
that's okay.
repeat the answer for that question? Do you need me to reread it?
Reread it.
Okay. So, since you said that you were nervous for your first competition, do you have any other way to describe how you felt before the competition and then what helped you or how you felt after participating in the competition?
Yeah. Um, I think that one of the things was Dad saw me lose the 280 pounds. He saw me learn to walk again. He was there when I started weight training and when I started doing all my stuff and training for the comp. Um, he saw me training for the events. Sadly, he passed before the actual event. He didn't get to be there. So I was really nervous just because I wanted to do good for him. I knew he was there in spirit, and I could feel him. But um, yeah, it was a huge thing on my mind, and I think that's where most of my nerves were at the beginning of it. Um, and I was supposed to be competing in the masters class, and I ended up having to compete in the open class, the novice open. And the next guy to me was like 25 years younger than me, if not a little more. But anyway, irregardless, I did not get the wooden spoon. I came in 13th. I did not come last. And I figured, holy crap, over 60 in an open thing, even novice or non novice, open. I still didn't come last. I came in 13th. And I thought, you know what? My dad would be very proud. So after the comp, I felt the world lift off my shoulders, and I felt that dad would be proud. So yeah.
I bet you that he would be, and I don't doubt that at all. Another question. Do you have any future plans for more competitions and what are your goals moving forward?
Yeah. I went again last year, well, just past November 22nd. Um, and I was in the Masters over 60s category. I took first place. I took first place in the Masters, got the trophy. I did that one. I wasn't gonna do. I wanted to keep doing it, but after I got over the first one, I was kind of iffy, or if I wanted to keep going, if I didn't, it was a little bit of a thing to go through. Um, but then Mom turned around and said, "You got to keep doing it because you enjoy it, and your dad was proud, and I'm proud of you, want you to keep going. So I start training like crazy for last year. And again, just before the competition, mom passed. And her last words to me was, I want you to go down there and kick ass. Whatever you do, don't miss this competition. You get your ass down there because it's something you need to do. And those were her last words to me 20 minutes before she passed. So I had no choice. I had to go, right? And it's weighed heavy, but it also drove me really hard. And I got first place and I kicked ass for mom. So yeah, hey. uh Now next year I'm going back to the comp. I wanna try to get first place again, but I wanna do better than I did the first two times, right? Like, and better for me, I don't mean I want to get first place again. If I do, fantastic. If I come in 15th, I don't care. For me, this time it's all about being stronger than I was the first two times, right? Like first time I went, I did okay. Second time I went, I was like 50% stronger than the first time I went, right? So this time when I go compete, I want to be a lot stronger. Okay. So my future plans right now, starting on the 4th, I have a new coach. Um, and I'm going to listen to my coach, do what my coach tells me, and train hard and everything else. Um, if someone asks me, am I strong? Like, I guess, maybe. But in my heart, I know I can be three times stronger what I am already, right? But I've come as far as I can on my own, and I think I did pretty good. I think I've accomplished a lot on my own, but I know I can be three times stronger. I guarantee it, right? I just don't know how to get there. Um, I don't know what else to do. I've done everything I could think of to get to here, right? So I need fresh eyes and someone who's been in it and trained in it and has other clients and stuff. So I'm getting Luke Lilly from the Hog Pen. He's going to be my coach, and we're going to work together this year. And hopefully, I'll be a lot stronger this year. It's going to take time to get to the strength I know I can get to, but I'm hoping to get 20% stronger this year, then another 20% next year, sort of a deal. So we'll see how it goes.
Would you say that while going through this journey for your strongman competitions, that you're starting to see and realize more about yourself that you never thought that you would see or realize about yourself?
Uh, yes and no. That's kind of a tough question. Um, I can see that I still got lots I want to do and that I can do, if I put my mind to it. And everything I said I was going to do, I have done, right? So, like when I say I'm going to do something, it's not a question of whether or not I'm going to do it. It's going to be more of a question of when it gets done, right? So there's that. But I think the most thing I've learned is when I gave up, I really gave up, and I just that's just a dead end right there. I mean, that's it. Once you give up, there's no coming back unless you say to yourself, "Well, this is not the end. I'm not giving up, and I'm going to do this instead." Right? And you force yourself from that position of not really giving a shit to, okay, I've got to fight for this, right? You got to change your aspect, your mindset, right? Ah, for me, that was really tough. Still, it's not something that's easy. But like I say, the first couple years here, the first year and a half was for dad, and then it was for mom, and now it's more about for me too, right? Like, so it's getting to the point I'm learning to say, hey, I want to do this because I want to do this, you know, on top of it, right? Like I did want to do it for me, obviously, but my drive was for dad, my drive was for mom. Now my drive's kind of for me because I want to be better than I was last year, right? So if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. Now, of course, we've known each other for a minute now, but I was perusing your YouTube channel and
Mhm.
I have noticed that you have started making some music. Can you tell me about these four Tai Chi songs that you made this past week and what inspired you to make them?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, I like to do something every day, you know. Um, but the coach, the sheriff said, no, he doesn't want me doing dumbbells and everything in between my off days. I could go walking, I could do other stuff, but no weights and leave that shit because I got to recover, right? So um, when I was younger, I was in the martial. I started martial arts when I was like 8, and I stayed pretty active in it till I was like 48. You know, so and then I just dibble dabbled after that. You know, but for the last 10 or 12 years, I haven't really done anything with it. But I used to like doing katas and Tai Chi forms and doing katas with the swords and everything else like that. And I thought, well, why don't I go back to doing some Tai Chi because I haven't done it for a while, and you know, so I thought, well, I'm gonna make up 4 songs that I can do my Tai Chi or my katas with, and I'll do that for my off day exercise as well as my walks or my treadmill or my rowing machine or whatever. So it's just a way to tame that part of me that has to go all the time, right? But I want to go in a way that's going to help me get stronger for the strongman. And by doing the Tai Chi, it's not going to fatigue me the way that lifting the weights will. So you know, I should be good to go with that.
Amazing. If you don't mind, I would really like to shift our focus not just to your strongman stuff, but this music album that you have come out with. I have a few
Yeah.
questions for that, and one of them is, what do you enjoy most about creating music?
Well, therapy, therapy really. It allows me to get emotions out that I won't deal with or don't deal with. It allows me to get rid of some painstaking memories from the past, things that I've lived through, things that I've had to go through that I can't talk about with anybody. I could put it into a song and unload myself, you know. Um, and then there's funny ones and happy ones. Like just it's for me, it's just therapy. I just really enjoy it. Um, so I like to write songs. A couple songs I write because I feel like I have to, like the Veterans Grave and all that. I mean, there's a story there, and living on borrowed time. There's a story behind it. Like all the words I write, there's a story behind to me that's important to get out, right? And I like the music. And oddly enough, a lot of people like my singing, which I don't understand, but that's okay. So, you know, and what I want to do is I'm going to make 20 songs and then I'm going to learn to play them on the guitar. Like, I don't have a band. I can't, you know, whatever. And because of my injuries, I can't really play guitar that well anymore. So I'm starting to relearn how to play the guitar. And once I get these 20 songs down pat, then I'm going to make songs of me just playing the guitar and singing the songs. I'll put them up on the channel at a later date, you know. But I just want to make the 20 songs so I can learn them on the guitar and be able to sing them if I go to a campfire or if I go somewhere and I want to sing some songs, I can just play them and sing them. And I know that I don't have to danitize the song because it's already my song, right? I don't have to, like, people ask me to sing the weirdest things, like Sarah McLachlan or some other people, and like there's no way, right? So I have to change it all so that my voice can do it, you know. And but this, I don't have to worry about that. So
Yeah, it's freeing and relieving knowing that you can just create your own lyrics, throw it into an AI filter, have it sung in your voice so that way it sounds more like you, especially when you're on the lower standings of it. Um, so since you said that it's therapeutic, I have to ask a question towards that. What do you feel is the most challenging about creating your music, even with its therapeutic properties?
I think I don't know for other people, right? Like I can only speak for myself. But for me, it's the- I tap into what I'm doing. So if I'm writing a song about something that was painful or something that was hurtful or like I'm kind of in that moment, right? I'm kind of in that space. And that's tough, you know. Or if I'm thinking of something that I love, right? Then I'm in that space. And it really affects my own emotions into what I'm doing. Like I put everything into it. That's the tough part. For me, that's the toughest part because I am pretty much disengaged to most emotions. Like there's some I can do right, but I've kind of detached from a lot of different things. But when it comes to music, I can't. For some reason, I don't detach from that. So that's why I do it. Just try to get to feel certain things, you know. So that's what it is for me.
So it's basically like you have an emotional learning curve, except for whenever it does come to music, because it's its own language and you can understand it far better while feeling that emotion.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So then, with that, since you did say that you feel more emotion when you are creating your music because you don't detach from that, do you sometimes feel that your emotions override you while you're creating your music? And if so, how are you managing it?
Mhm. Yeah, sometimes I do. Um, if it gets too much, like some songs, you know, it starts setting off the bells and whistles and the PTSD. So I just gotta shut it down, let it sit for a couple of days. I go to my safe room and whatever, deal with it. Right? Like you just have to work through it. Um, Other times, be different things. But it's just a matter of, if it's affecting you to the point where you're starting to, well, for myself, I'm speaking, of course, where I'm starting to feel like I'm being drawn into it rather than controlling it, it's controlling me. Then I just shut it down for the day and move on to something else.
It sounds logical. Now, I would like to shift our focus back to your strongman competitions, if that's all right. What is
Me,
your favorite aspect of the strongman competitions? What performance do you prefer to do? And I understand that performance is one of those vague terms that could get people a little riled about it, but I'm using it in the sense of which strongman competition do you like to perform best and most?
you mean like the events, the event things?
Yes.
I like the yoke carry. That's where there's a stand and it's got a bar that goes across and you get underneath it with your shoulders, you lift it up and you go, right? I don't know why I like the yoke carry so much. I just do. Um, on my last comp, I've got a PR, personal best, personal results. It was better than anybody else there. So I don't know. I'm just good at it, right? And I really enjoy the yoke. Um, I got a love-hate relationship with the sandbag toss, where you grab the sandbag, 30-pound sandbag, and you got to swing it, and you throw it up in the air, and it goes behind you, and you got to go over a stick that's up in the air, 15 feet high, and you got to toss the bag up and over the stick. I got love hate for that. Uh, so that's another one. Wagon wheel deadlift is good. I like that too. When you got like tires on a bar or wagon wheels on a bar, um, I like that deadlift too. I just think it looks cool and it feels good on it, you know. And when I lift it up, when I pull my shoulders back, my whole back goes crack, 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 crack all the way down. It feels good. So
Looks fun when you drop it too because it bounces so much.
it's like I say, it's a very cool thing to watch, you know. I think so anyway. And so it's a lot of fun. Um, and of course, the stones, right? Um, the Atlas stones, lifting those up. I like them all. I like them all. But I think favorite, my favorite is definitely, yeah, yeah, definitely going to be the yoke is my favorite.
Awesome. Well, those are the scripted questions that I had written down are have come to an end. So, would you like to open the chat up to any questions that they may have for you for this segment of the night?
Yeah. Any questions that they have or any comments that you think I need to hear, we can go over those now.
Okay. Well, there are a couple of comments that I think that you need to hear. There is one from Drew's Paranormal Vlogs. He says, "You definitely inspired us on your journey." He continued saying, "Seeing you walk for miles every day on the run up and training was so inspirational."
Thank you,
Um,
buttons.
let's see. He also wrote, "You've come from a wheelchair to a strongman. Amazing. Scotland is proud of you."
Thank
Christina
you.
has said, "I knew mom and dad or dad are so proud of you. I don't know, you set the bar high. I mean, how can you come in better than first place like last year? LOL." Laughing out loud.
Hi,
Uh,
fun.
and she did make a comment about how she loves it when she sees you doing the sandbag lifts. But that's just her personal preference on what she finds awesome about the strongman competitions.
What was that? I didn't hear all of that.
Oh, my bad. Christina said that she enjoys it when you do the sandbag tosses.
Okay.
And she voiced her opinion about the strongman competitions because
Mhm.
you had made mentioned earlier that you have a love hate relationship for it. So she was voicing her love for it.
Okay. Got it.
Let's see. Is there any other questions that I can think about for us until somebody comes up with one in chat? Do you think that the training for the strongman competitions is something that you struggle with mentally as well as physically, or do you feel that it's fairly easy?
Yeah. Mentally, yeah. Sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes I don't want to do nothing. You know, I just don't feel like it. There's that side of the struggle, right? But the flip side to that is the more weight I put on the bar, the more weight I put on my back, the more I'm able to do. That's all these issues. That's the weight of the world, you know, like things that have tormented me through the years and stuff. I'm like that. I put that all on there. I pick it up and then I drop it and say, okay, you're done, right? So it's got that effect as well. It's got the effect where, hey, you know, I can't do anything about this shit over here, but I can put those problems on the bar and deal with it and then drop it and then move on to the next one, right? So there's that.
Um, Tunnel Family Happening says, "Hello, Danny. We're both watching."
Hey, sis, hey, bro. Thank you.
When first starting off in your training, Um, how intimidated did you feel by it?
At first, I wasn't. My first, I've been doing this 4 years. So the first year, my training consists of getting off my couch, standing up, walk into my front door, open the door, sit on the stairs because I was too tired to move from there. And then I got up and I walked to the corner of my house and I had a chair there. So I sat down and rested. Then I went from the front corner of the house to the back corner of the house and sat down and rested. Then I went across this way and I made a square like that, right? Just that much. Trying to get back in the house after walking around the house one time, damn near killed me. Well, it was too much. And eventually I went the whole width of my yard and the next yard, sat down, waited about 5, 10 minutes, and I walked back to my house. And then I went 3 houses, and then I went 4 houses, and just like that, every day, every other day, pushed myself to go a few extra steps, right? Until I could do a mile and then 2 miles and 3 miles, right? Um, First time I started doing weights, I started off actually with bands because I could sit down and use my rubber bands and stuff. And then I started using soup cans and learned to get balance to be able to stand up and do a couple exercises. That took time. Um, so my intimidation wasn't training so much as it was getting strong enough to actually train, right? Like,
So it wasn't so much that it was an intimidating task, but more of a daunting one.
yeah, yeah, like it was like one of those things where you thought, well, am I ever going to get strong enough to actually bend over and pick up a barbell? Or am I ever going to get strong enough or flexible enough to, do a barbell curl even, Um, it was a lot of, there was a lot of just trying to convince myself to push myself a couple more inches every day. That was the hard part.
So you're saying that trying to convince yourself was the hardest perseverance that you've had to endure at this point?
And it still is. It still is. Like, that's why, like, when I say I want to do something, I put it out there, right? And once it's out there, it's done. It's a done deal, right? Um, because I don't bring a promise to anyone or to myself or whatever. Right? I just don't do that. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Period. And all you have to do is look at everything I've ever said and done on any of my channels, and it's a fact. If I say I'm going to do it, I do it. Right? So that's why I say things like outrageous crap because at the time, saying I was going to lose half my weight, which I've lost 30 pounds more than that, but saying I was going to go from 215 pounds to 250 was ridiculous, right? That was like way out there at the time when I was 515 pounds. That's a ridiculous thing to say, right? But once I said it, I had to do it, right? Can't say it and not do it, right? So,
One
um,
of the benefits of being a self-fulfilling prophecy.
yeah, it's like, well, I said it, I got to do it now. So,
Oh, let's see. Did you feel like you were ever going to lose that weight, or like did you feel like it was going to take forever? How fast were you thinking it was going to come off, and like what were you giving yourself as a time frame for that part of your life?
never crossed my mind. The only thing I knew was I was going to lose the weight, right? Period. Don't care about the time. I don't care about how fast, how slow. I don't give a shit. The only thing was I said I was going to lose the weight, so I'm going to lose the weight. Period. That's it. That's all. Point blank. Period. You know. Um, that's all that. That's all it was to me. I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. Simple as, right?
Time had no issue, complaints, or bothers at this point, is basically what I'm hearing on that.
Don't care. Not my rocket launcher. It's what I said, so it's what I'm gonna do, and that's it. You know.
Right.
And I also knew, like, it didn't take me 6 months to gain 400 pounds. It took a few years. It took time, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to come off any quicker than it goes on unless you really work at it. So, it's just one of those things where it's like I didn't wake up one morning and go, "Oh shit, I'm 500 pounds." No, no, it took a while to get there. Like
I suppose I should have used common logic and critical thinking at this point. But, just asking questions to ask questions at this point, keep the things lively.
yeah, that's a very good question. No, to me it didn't matter. It never does. Time means nothing to me. Period. Nothing. Uh, what does matter is determination. Um, keep doing it, consistency, right? And make it a habit. Make it a habit. This is what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna do, and just do it, right? And you're gonna have fallbacks. You're gonna do good, and then slip up and do good and slip. That's just part of it. That's part of the journey, right? No one's perfect. You're not gonna sail through it. There's nobody's gonna just go, "Oh yeah, I didn't have any slips." If they tell you that, they're full of shit. Everybody slips and falls. Thing is, get up and get back to it. So
It's really that whole it depends on how you perceive it sort of situation, then.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, Papa, I have run out of questions, and it doesn't seem like chat is pulling up with any questions.
Okay, well, I think that's good then. That was a lot of fun.
I
And
am very happy that we were able to do this question.
if
Uh,
anybody, if anybody else wants to do the 10 question program, Tyre's gonna be doing a channel. It's called 10 questions, and she'll interview anybody. You get a hold of her, she'll watch your channel a little bit, get some information, find whatever questions she wants to ask you, and she will make you can be a guest on her show, and she will be happy to interview you. And there you have it.
yep, I am very happy to sit here and discuss questions that you would like to have asked towards you. The idea to this channel is that you get asked the questions you feel that nobody else would ask you, and it allows you a safe place to get it off of your chest before anything else. Um, I also do music. I will be having a channel out, and tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be doing live Suna lessons. So if you would like to join and come have some fun, you are more than welcome to join.
My niece Drew said she would be up for that for an interview. So, Drew, get a hold of Tired on her channel, leave her a message,
You
or
can,
she will message you on your channel.
yep.
I think,
You can also reach out to me on Facebook if you have Facebook. I have a Discord link on my YouTube channel. I have Instagram that you can get um, into and message me at. So I have places that you can reach out to me on. And I believe my Gmail should be up there that you can send me a message for. Oh,
okay,
thank
so
you, Drew. I
so
appreciate that.
so my daughter Tired and my niece Drew are going to be doing another show, guys. Uh, Probably in a week or two. Uh, Another 10 questions, and the guest will be Drew. So there you go. Brilliant.
Woohoo! I
All right,
appreciate
guys.
everybody coming out and for viewing this show. Christina, thank you so much for putting my channel link into the into the chat. I am very grateful of you. I
Thank,
appreciate everybody coming out.
thank you, everybody, for joining us and having coming along. Don't forget to check out Tired Stuff, and we will see you all very soon. And yeah, you got
Bye.
anything else you want to say?
I have nothing else I want to say other than peace, love, and cupcakes. I ain't here for a long time, just here for a good time. I'm out.
All right, everybody. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you, Buttons. Blessings to you too. We'll see you all soon. Thanks for being here. Cheerio.